If you live in Abuja, or you've been paying close attention to what's been happening around Aso Rock this past weekend, then you already know this is not business as usual. Something big is unfolding, and it's the kind of development that could redraw Nigeria's security map for years to come. This isn't one of those routine handshakes or photo-op diplomatic visits we're used to. This was a high-stakes, closed-door security meeting, the kind that makes seasoned observers uneasy. And yes, despite the silence, the meeting did happen. Today, Monday, February 9, 2026, we can confirm it. What's coming out of the presidential villa is raising eyebrows, triggering whispers, and igniting a national debate that refuses to be ignored. The headline screamed, U.S. military commander meets Tinubu. But the real question Nigerians are asking is far deeper. Is the United States quietly positioning itself to establish a military presence in Nigeria, or are we being fed a carefully packaged story? Let's slow this down and connect the dots. On Sunday, February 8, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu hosted a top-level delegation from the United States Africa Command, AFRICOM. This wasn't some junior diplomatic courtesy call. The delegation was led by the AFRICOM commander himself, General Dagvin Anderson, a man who doesn't hop continents for pleasantries. Sitting across from him, Nigeria's entire security power structure. The National Security Advisor, the Minister of Defense, the Chief of Defense Staff, the service chiefs. When that many uniforms are in one room, the conversation is never small. Now, why has this meeting set social media, security analysts, and the streets on fire? Because just days before this visit, the United States officially admitted something Nigerians had been speculating about for weeks. American military personnel are already on Nigerian soil. General Anderson confirmed it himself. A small team of U.S. military officers has been deployed to Nigeria to support and augment local efforts. That phrase alone raised alarms. Support how? Augment in what capacity? And here's where things get really interesting. This admission came barely 2 months after the mysterious Christmas Day airstrikes in Sokoto State, December 25, 2025, strikes that were later linked to U.S. precision intelligence targeting ISWAP elements. At the time, it was all denials and silence. Now, the pieces are starting to line up. Think about it. First, unexplained airstrikes in the northwest. Then, confirmation of U.S. military boots on the ground. Now, the AFRICOM commander personally meeting the Nigerian president inside Aso Rock. It's no surprise that rumors are spreading like wildfire. People are asking uncomfortable questions. Is this small team just an advance unit? Are we witnessing the early stages of a permanent U.S. military base in Nigeria? Is Nigeria about to become the next Camp Lemonnier of West Africa? The defense headquarters moved quickly to douse the flames. Last Thursday, the Director of Defense Information, Major General Somela Yuba, released a firm statement denying any plans for a foreign military base. According to him, what's happening is simply a long-standing strategic security partnership focused on intelligence sharing, training, and capacity building. Full respect for Nigeria's sovereignty, he said. Nothing more. But here's the thing, the streets are not convinced. Over the weekend, protests erupted in Kano. Members of the Islamic Movement of Nigeria took to the streets, waving flags, burning effigies, and chanting warnings. Their message was blunt: this is recolonization dressed up as security cooperation. They are not alone. The Northern Elders Forum has also raised serious red flags. Their fear that inviting the U.S. military into northern Nigeria could turn the region into a global terror magnet. If America enters the fight, will international terror networks enter too? Are we about to import a global conflict into local communities already bleeding from violence? But there's another side to this story, and it's just as loud. Many Nigerians are exhausted. Exhausted by banditry in Zamfara. Exhausted by kidnappings in Kaduna. Exhausted by terror in Katsina. For them, the argument is simple: if the Americans can help end this nightmare, let them come. They point to the reality on ground: overstretched local forces, limited surveillance capacity, outdated equipment. And then they point to what the US brings: drones, satellites, precision tracking, real-time intelligence. General Anderson himself hinted at these unique capabilities. For a villager in Sokoto who hasn't slept peacefully in years, sovereignty debates can feel distant. Security is personal. And that brings us to you. This is the conversation that will define 2026. Do you trust this partnership? Would you accept a US military base if it meant crushing banditry once and for all? Or is the price, Nigeria's sovereignty, simply too high? Drop your honest thoughts in the comments. No filters. No fear. And if you want these updates without sugarcoating, smash that like button. It helps push this conversation past the algorithm and into the national spotlight. If you're new here, subscribe and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what comes next. Now, let's talk about the Trump factor, because ignoring it would be naive. International reports suggest this renewed American pressure is coming straight from President Donald Trump, who has been vocal about protecting Christians in Nigeria. Those December airstrikes, reportedly approved at the highest level. That adds a heavy political layer to what's already a tense security situation. Is President Tinubu under diplomatic pressure? Is this cooperation about security or avoiding sanctions and international fallout? It's also telling that the U.S. ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Richard Mills, was present at the meeting. That signals something deeper. This isn't just military. It's political. And let's not forget the regional chessboard.
Commander-in-Chief is absolutely furious, and he has given a direct order that is currently shaking the forests of Kayama to their very roots. Bandits afraid, Tinubu angry, deploys a battalion of soldiers to wipe out bandits in Kwara State. We are breaking this down today, Friday, February 6, 2026, because the security architecture of the North Central has just changed overnight. Following the horrific massacre in Woro and Nuku communities earlier this week, where we lost over 160 innocent souls, President Tinubu has launched Operation Savannah Shield. This is not a drill. This is not a police investigation. This is a full-scale military deployment of a complete army battalion.
No base, just assistance. But history teaches us one thing: in global politics, help always comes with a price.